200 millimetres of rain could smash parts of New South Wales and Queensland by Saturday. That is not a typo. 200 millimetres in just 24 hours. And if you are anywhere between Brisbane and the Northern Rivers right now, you need to hear every single word of what comes next, because what is coming this weekend could reshape your plans entirely. Here is what I am going to do for you in this forecast. In the next 60 seconds, I will tell you exactly which cities are in the firing line. By minute 3, I will break down the hour-by-hour timing so you know precisely when the heaviest rain hits your area. And at minute 5, I will reveal why next week could bring even more drama to the East Coast, and it involves something quietly spinning in the Coral Sea right now that most people have not noticed yet. So stay with me, this one matters. Right now, as of Tuesday the 10th of February, ex-tropical Cyclone Mitchell is grinding through southern Western Australia. It is no longer a tropical cyclone. The structure is falling apart, but do not let that fool you. This system is still dumping 60 to 80 millimetres of rain across a wide band of Western Australia. And when you add severe thunderstorms on top of that, some areas could see double or even triple those totals. We are talking 150 to 240 millimetres in isolated pockets. That is a month's worth of rain in a single afternoon. Let that sink in for a moment. Now here is the twist. Mitchell is dying, yes, but as it dies, it is dragging a massive line of convergence across into South Australia. Think of it like a long tail whipping behind a collapsing storm, and that tail still has teeth, sharp ones. Let me walk you through the next 7 days, city by city, because the detail here is critical. And please do not skip around. Each city connects to the next, and understanding the full picture is the only way to know what is really heading your way. Perth and Western Australia. You are dealing with the remnants of Mitchell right now. Tuesday night and into Wednesday, expect more showers, thunderstorms, and locally gusty winds. Could you still see gale force gusts? Yes, in exposed coastal areas, gusts could still hit 90 to 100 kilometres per hour. That is strong enough to bring down tree branches and rattle loose roofing. But the wind is weakening overall. By Thursday, the worst of it is gone for you. The system slides east into South Australia and basically falls apart completely. Your main risk between now and then is flash flooding from those heavy thunderstorms today and tomorrow. If you are in the southern half of Western Australia, keep your gutters clear, stay off flooded roads tonight, and make sure your downpipes are not blocked. Do not drive through water you cannot see the bottom of. That one simple rule saves lives every single year. Adelaide and South Australia. Here is where it gets interesting, and I mean that in a way that should make you pay attention. That line of convergence from Mitchell S remnants arrives Wednesday into Thursday. You will not get the cyclone itself. It is well and truly dead by then. But the moisture train it leaves behind creates a squash zone between the incoming low pressure and a strong high pressure system sitting south of the continent. What does that mean for you practically? Easterly to southeasterly winds picking up, showers and thunderstorms developing, and the chance of some genuinely heavy bursts. We are looking at 20 to 40 millimetres for Adelaide, possibly more in the Adelaide Hills and the Mount Lofty Ranges, where orographic lift squeezes extra rain out of those clouds. The timing? Wednesday afternoon through Thursday morning is your main window. After that, it eases and you get a break heading into the weekend. But here is a small detail that matters. If one of those thunderstorms becomes severe, you could see 60 millimetres fall in under an hour in a very localised area. That is enough to flood underpasses and low-lying roads in minutes. Now, do not skip ahead, because what happens next in Melbourne is something a lot of people are not expecting. Melbourne and Victoria, Wednesday starts warm, temperatures climbing. You might think summer is just rolling on as usual, but a polar boundary, that is a cold front pushing up from the Southern Ocean, is tracking towards Tasmania by Wednesday afternoon. And here is the key detail that changes your week. That cold front does not stop at Tassie. It sends a cooler southeasterly change right into coastal Victoria by Thursday. Temperatures drop noticeably. How much? Enough that if you were planning an outdoor event Thursday or Friday, you will definitely want a jacket, maybe even a light jumper for the evening. The showers that come with this change are not heavy for most of Victoria, but the line of convergence from the west adds a wild card that could catch people off guard. If a thunderstorm pops along that convergence line, you could get a quick 30 to 50 millimetres in under an hour. Melbourne, your window for that is Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. Keep an eye on the radar around 3 to 7 in the evening. By Friday morning, the front has cleared east and conditions settle down. The Bellarine Peninsula, the Mornington Peninsula and the eastern suburbs are most exposed to those coastal showers on Thursday. Hobart and Tasmania, you are first in line for that polar boundary. Wednesday afternoon, it arrives on your western coastline. Wednesday night, it crosses the island. By Thursday lunchtime, it is already clearing to your east. So this is a fast-moving system for you, in and out within about 18 hours. Expect a sharp temperature drop Wednesday evening, southwesterly winds picking up to 30 to 45 kilometres per hour, and showers mostly on the western half of the state. The east coast stays drier, but still feels the chill. Rainfall totals are modest, maybe 10 to 20 millimetres, but the wind chill will make it feel significantly cooler than what you have been used to this week. By Friday, you are back to settled weather with high pressure building over you. But then, and here is the part most forecasts miss, a northeasterly flow develops over the weekend, bringing a few isolated showers back by Sunday and Monday. Nothing major, just enough to keep an umbrella in the car. All right, here is the part I told you to wait for. This is where the real story of this week begins, and it is centred on the east coast. Canberra and the Australian Capital Territory. Wednesday, the heat pushes south from inland New South Wales. Temperatures climb well above average, potentially touching the high 30s. You are on the edge of that hot air mass spilling down from the interior. Thursday brings the cooler change from the south, so you get a brief window of relief and you will feel it. But by Friday, the focus shifts dramatically to the east coast, and that is where Canberra gets caught in the transition zone between two air masses fighting for control. Showers develop Friday into Saturday, and some of those could be heavy, particularly if thunderstorms fire up along the Great Dividing Range to your east. 20 to 40 millimetres possible over the weekend. If you are in the Queensland area or out towards the Brindabella Ranges, you could see even more. Keep an eye on the local warnings and have a plan for your Saturday activities. Sydney and New South Wales. Friday is your day to start paying very close attention. The tropical moisture that has been sitting over Central Australia all week begins to slide eastward like a slow-moving freight train of humidity. By Friday afternoon, showers spread into the northeast quarter of New South Wales, but Saturday is when it ramps up significantly, and this is the headline event of the entire week. A strong high-pressure system balloons out into the Tasman Sea. As it does, it creates a massive squeeze play with the low pressure sitting over Queensland. The result? A northeasterly wind funneling heavy rain right onto the New South Wales and Queensland border region like water being pushed through a nozzle. We are talking 150 to 200 millimetres in 24 hours from Friday noon to Saturday afternoon. That is the kind of rainfall that causes flash flooding, closes highways, fills rivers fast and isolates communities. Sydney, you are on the southern edge of this system. You may see 30 to 60 millimetres more in the northern suburbs and up towards the Central Coast and the Hunter Valley. But the northern rivers, think Lismore, Ballina, Byron Bay, Murwillumbah, you are right in the bullseye of this event. Saturday into Sunday is your peak danger window. Please have a plan. Know your evacuation routes if you live in a flood-prone area. Charge your phone, have a torch and a battery-powered radio ready. And here is the part that might change everything about this weekend. That high-pressure system near Tasmania. If it weakens even slightly, this whole rain band shifts south. Suddenly Sydney cops more. The northern rivers gets less. Likewise, if the high strengthens, the rain pushes further back into Queensland and the northern rivers gets hammered even harder. We will not know for certain until Thursday or Friday when the models converge. So if you are anywhere in that zone, you absolutely must check back with us every single day this week. Do not rely on a forecast from Monday. This situation is evolving. Brisbane and Queensland, get ready because your weekend is about to get very wet. Friday, the showers begin slowly at first, just scattered bursts through the afternoon. Saturday, they intensify significantly. By Sunday, widespread rain and thunderstorms cover a huge area of Queensland, especially the southeast corner. We are talking Brisbane, the Gold Coast, the Sunshine Coast, Ipswich, Toowoomba, and all points in between. Rainfall totals of 100 to 200 millimetres over the weekend are on the table for parts of southeast Queensland. And here is the critical timing you need to remember. Saturday afternoon through Sunday night is your peak period. That is when the heaviest falls are most likely and when the flood risk is highest. Monday still looks wet, but the intensity should start to ease as the system begins to weaken. If you have outdoor plans for Saturday or Sunday, consider moving them. This is not a drizzle event. This is a potential soaking. But wait, there is something else brewing that could extend this wet pattern well into next week. Up in the Coral Sea, a large, lazy, low-pressure zone is sitting and spinning quietly. Right now, it is not organised enough to be classified as anything threatening. It does not have a name. It does not have a warning attached to it. But and this is the part you absolutely need to remember, if this low pressure system deepens over the next 7 to 10 days, it could feed even more moisture into the East Coast rain event and prolong the wet weather significantly. Worst case scenario, it develops tropical characteristics and we have a whole new conversation to have. Best case, it just sits there, spins lazily and slowly fades away like so many of these coral sea systems do. We are monitoring it closely and will update you the moment anything changes. I am not saying this to alarm you. I am saying this because if you are in Queensland or northern New South Wales, the smart move is to think about preparation now, not later when the rain is already falling. Let me give you the big picture summary so you can plan your entire week at a glance. Tuesday night to Wednesday. Western Australia still dealing with ex-tropical Cyclone Mitchell remnants. Showers, thunderstorms, possible gusty winds up to 100 kilometres per hour in the southwest. Flash flooding risk Wednesday to Thursday. The polar boundary sweeps across Tasmania and sends cooler air into Victoria and southern New South Wales. Adelaide gets showers and possible thunderstorms from the convergence line. Temperatures drop noticeably across the southeast. Thursday to Friday, the cooler change clears east. Central Australia sees widespread thunderstorms. The tropical moisture begins its eastward march toward Queensland and New South Wales. This is the calm before the storm for the east coast. Friday to Saturday, this is the big one. Heavy rain develops along the New South Wales and Queensland border. 150 to 200 millimetres possible in 24 hours. Flash flooding risk escalates rapidly. Brisbane and southeast Queensland see showers building through Friday afternoon, Saturday to Sunday. Peak rainfall for southeast Queensland and the northern rivers of New South Wales. Strong northeasterly winds in exposed coastal areas of New South Wales. Sydney sees showers, heaviest in the northern suburbs and the central coast, Sunday to Monday. Rain continues across the eastern seaboard but begins to ease in intensity. The Coral Sea low pressure zone remains the major wildcard for the following week. Now here is what I need from you. Drop a comment below with the name of your city or town. Tell me where you are watching from and I will make sure the next forecast covers your area in even more detail. Whether you are in Cairns, Townsville, Rockhampton, Mackay, the Sunshine Coast, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Byron Bay, Lismore, Coffs Harbour, Port Macquarie, Newcastle, Sydney, Wollongong, Canberra, Melbourne, Geelong, Bendigo, Ballarat, Adelaide, Perth, Bunbury, Hobart, Launceston, Darwin, Alice Springs, or anywhere else across this vast country, I want to hear from you. Your comment helps me know exactly where to focus the next forecast, and it helps other viewers in your area find the critical information they need. So take 2 seconds and type your location below. Before I go, here is exactly why you need to come back tomorrow. Wednesday S forecast will have the first updated modelling on that Coral Sea low pressure system. If it starts to organise, the rainfall outlook for next week could change dramatically. We could be looking at a prolonged wet period for the entire East Coast lasting into the following week, or it could fizzle out completely and give everyone a break. Either way, you want to know first, not second, not after your neighbour tells you, first. And one more thing that could change your weekend plans entirely. That high pressure system near Tasmania is the key to everything happening on Saturday and Sunday. It controls where the rain falls, how heavy it gets, how long it lasts, and which cities bear the brunt. Tomorrow, I will show you exactly how the latest models are tracking that high and what even a small shift means for your specific area. If you are planning anything outdoors this weekend from Sydney to Brisbane, you genuinely do not want to miss that update. See you tomorrow. Stay safe out there tonight. And please check on your neighbours, especially if you are in Western Australia. That ex-cyclone still has a few surprises left before